Man, can we just talk about E3? Can we talk about E3, man? Do I even have to fucking talk about WWE tonight? If you think this is anything close to a go-home show, you have to be the biggest fucking simpleton on the face of the planet. This show sucked. I'm not saying all of it was bad, but why would anybody want to watch this shit over E3? I mean, I'm fucking hyped, bro. I really am. You know, I can't wait to get into the Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't wait to get into Toy Story. I can't wait to get into Frozen in Kingdom Hearts 3, man. Did you see that rock monster boss in the Hercules world? Ooh, my goodness, man. Summoning a fucking choo-choo train. Going beast mode on that motherfucker. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. What about The Last of Us 2? I love that gameplay, man. That was brutal. It was just, you know, it looked almost identical to the first one, but it looks so much better. You know, it looks so great, and I can't wait to get into that world. And the best thing about it was there was no, like, creatures. There was no, like, fucking mutants. It was just all humans. So you can imagine what's going to happen. And I'm sure Naughty Dog is not going to show you that gameplay yet. They're probably going to keep that on the back burner, but I thought that looked fucking fantastic. Spider-Man. I'm definitely getting my hands on Spider-Man. I can't wait to dive into that game as well. It's kind of got that Arkham Batman feel going on. So that looks great too. That Assassin's Creed demo looked really good. And I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game at all. But I just love the theme. I love the environment in which they're going in. Greece. And I just love that time period, man. That's all me right there. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I know during yesterday's press conference, I believe Doom 2 was announced. Now, I have the regular Doom. I have the first Doom that they remade. I haven't really streamed it for you guys. I played it off stream. But I would love to just stream that for you guys and then dive into that. That brought back so many memories, man. Just watching that reveal trailer and seeing the Marine in the open world of hell. You got the fucking eyeballs. You got the Hell Barons. You got the Mancubus. You got the Imps. And then at the end of the trailer, which got me fucking hyped, you see the Archvile there, the fucking dude who shoots lightning out of his hands and he resurrects dead enemies. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, man. If you played Doom 2 for the PC, the original Doom 2, that shit was fucking a major part of my childhood. What else did we see tonight? That Tomb Raider reveal looked fucking awesome. I can't wait to dive into that as well. I seen gameplay for that. Though I liked The Last of Us gameplay a little bit better than Shadow of the Tomb Raider. What was that? It was a samurai game that looked like almost the same style of God of War. I forgot the fucking name of it. Anyway, that looked good too. Kojima and Death Stranding, I think it's called. It looks like it's Norman Reedus, who I would love if they brought back that fucking Silent Hill PT shit. I still go back and I watch my own videos with the Silent Hill PT shit, man. Man, those were genuine fucking reactions. I still get people nowadays coming to me saying, JD, those are some of your best videos out of all 3,000 videos on your channel. Unbelievable. I wish that game was coming back, man. I'm terrified to play horror games. You know, I barely got through Until Dawn, and that was fucking amazing. I hope that they make another one. I love that game. I actually may redo that. So fucking good, but I wish they would bring back Silent Hill's PT, man. That shit was fucking awesome. And Kojima, it looks like it's Norman Reedus all alone, you know, and he's being chased by, or you have to fucking carry something to a safe zone. Looks like it's the premise of the game. I don't even think Kojima knows what the fucking story of the game is. And all I seen was these shadowy black masses. I don't know what the fuck the game is about. I don't know what the story is. But it looks interesting. It looks like my type of deal. So we'll see what happens with that. Devil May Cry 5. And I think my favorite thing out of everything, they're remaking Resident Evil 2. They're remaking Resident Evil 2. Now, I would love a Resident Evil 8, because I love 7 so much. And 4 is my favorite in the entire series. 5 sucked because I hated the cooperative play. I don't want to rely on a fucking computer-assisted asshole while I have to fucking take care of you and shoot the fucking things in front of me. I hated that shit. I didn't play 6. I played 20 minutes of 6 and I fucking put it down. It was the same garbage. But 7 was great. And 2, everybody loved 2. Can't wait to see what they do with that, man. It looked absolutely fantastic. The zombie looked fantastic. And I can't wait to dive back into that, too. And that's coming out in January. So is Kingdom Hearts, man. January, February is going to be a damn good fucking month for video games in 2019. And the kicker is, the one thing that pissed me off tonight, I don't even think I'm even going to get to fucking WWE here in this podcast. The kicker is, the one thing that fucking pissed me off tonight, man, and I swear to God, I hope that they announce something for tomorrow, because you're pissing a lot of people off with this shit already. I love Black Ops 3, and they announced that Jungle, Summit, Firing Range, and Slums, some of the most fan-favorite maps, some of the best maps in the history of this fucking franchise, especially in Treyarch games, are available in Black Ops 3 if you pre-order Black Ops 4 through the PlayStation Store. I don't want to order through the PlayStation Store. I don't want to give you my money until October. So if GameStop announces this, and I can go pre-order at GameStop, that is all the incentive I need. Let me get the pre-order from GameStop. I'll go tomorrow at 9 a.m. when that motherfucker opens, and I'll stream Black Ops 3 all day tomorrow, man. And it looks like we might get some kill confirm lobbies, because it's a free game on PS Plus as of tonight, if you guys didn't watch. So if you guys are video game heads and you're into Call of Duty and you want to get Black Ops 3 for free, it's available for free. Download in the PS Store if you're a PS Plus subscriber. So Sony, the flow of the press conference was, a little different. They showed Last of Us, and then they went to like a 20-minute intermission, and then they kind of made everything flow nicely after that. But a lot of people were disappointed with Sony, man. They gave you big fucking games. What did you want them to do? I'm still waiting on the Final Fantasy VII remake. What the fuck happened to that? That's what I want. But beggars can't be choosers, man. Hopefully one of these years we'll be getting a remake of Final Fantasy VII. Anyway, figured I'd talk about that. I don't want to talk about Raw, as you guys can already probably tell. I don't want to talk about Monday Night Raw. These shows, this was better than last week. Don't get me wrong. But these go-home shows offer nothing. They offer nothing as far as getting people excited for the pay-per-view. And this goes, according to reports, and something that I talked about on Off the Script, it looks like WWE is falling into this method of making Monday Night Raw seem a little bit more important than Money in the Bank. Have you seen the Money in the Bank card for Sunday? How is anybody going to choose that over TakeOver on Saturday night? I don't understand that. This Money in the Bank pay-per-view looks like a fucking Monday Night Raw on Sunday night. And it's a Money in the Bank, a Big 5 pay-per-view. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley. You got the Bludgeon Brothers versus The Club. Those are pay-per-view quality matches. To you, those are pay-per-view quality matches. Then you got Nakamura, AJ Styles. Okay. Carmella versus Asuka. Who gives a shit? Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax. Who gives a shit? It's like this pay-per-view is like fucking thrown together, pieced together, glued together. It's ridiculous. It's not even fucking exciting. And then we got Dominion, which I still haven't watched, by the way, so please stop asking me. I have not watched it yet. We got Dominion on Friday night, which is, everybody is talking about this thing. Some of the best wrestling matches of the year, possibly ever, at that show. And then this is what we get on Monday night. How could WWE look themselves in the mirror and say, You know, we could be doing what New Japan is doing and still give you the quality of entertainment that we usually give you on Monday night. But let's kind of feed off of New Japan and give you a wrestling-heavy show, or, you know, kind of go in the direction in which the wrestling landscape is going. You know, a lot of fans want to see more of what New Japan is doing, that type of deal. Whatever WWE is doing with this entertainment, it's not entertaining. This show is not entertaining. These go-home shows are fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. I am not excited for Money in the Bank at all, and it's one of my favorite matches of the year. I think the biggest piece of news out of this show was Baron Corbin shaving his hair off. He's bald. He finally shaved his hair. Now, nobody can make fun of his hairline anymore. What is with Fatal 4-Way matches, man? I mean, it's the same goddamn thing every single time. Every time. And I don't think anybody except a select few picked up on it. These Fatal 4-Way matches, man, are all identical. They're all the same. The women and then the men. And then everything that preceded it. It's ridiculous. It's 4 people, 4 individuals, no matter if it's men or women. 4 individuals. Quickly, 2 guys are taken out. 2 women are taken out of the match, and it's a one-on-one situation for the majority of the match while the other 2 guys are fucking sleeping somewhere. Whether it's through the announce table like Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens were, or it was, you know, the same deal with the women. One minute it was Alexa sleeping, the next minute it was Natty sleeping, one minute it was Sasha sleeping. Do we need to have these Fatal 4-Way matches happen so regularly if it's going to be booked the same way? Where's the creativity in these Fatal 4-Way matches? You know? One person can be sleeping and then we get a triple threat match. Book it that way. Or here's something out of the fucking blue. Crazy idea. Why not have all 4 people in the ring at the same fucking time for the majority of the match? And really make it chaotic. 2 people fighting on the outside, 2 people fighting in the ring, vice versa. 3 on the outside, 1 does some crazy shit in the ring over the top rope. Use the environment around you. You don't need to be sleeping on the outside for half the fucking match. That's why this Money in the Bank ladder match, the men and women, is going to be the same thing. It's going to be 6 people sleeping on the outside, 2 in the ring, and then they're going to fucking roll reverse. You know, 1 person was sleeping, then he gets his spot in the match, and then substitute for someone else to go sleep on the outside. It's going to be identical. 8 men and women in a ladder match does not interest me at all. So I hope WWE makes the most of it. But these Fatal 4-Ways, man, it's the same thing, rinse and repeat, every single time they have one. The other big thing that happened on this show, man, was Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. I don't know what was crawling up Ronda Rousey's underwear tonight. I don't know what got in her pants. But that was the best Ronda Rousey looked since coming to the WWE. That was her best promo work to date. Now, if WWE presents Ronda in that light from here on out, I think we should have no problem. She sounded less scripted. She sounded genuine. She went over her career accolades. She went over the fact that nobody believed in her. Nobody expected her to be where she was. Nobody expected her to win championships, etc., etc. I like the fact that Ronda Rousey went and just brought some real life into this storyline. It didn't do anything for the storyline. It didn't make me interested in their match whatsoever. But I'm glad Ronda Rousey came out there and sounded less scripted than we've heard of her so far. And this is a testament to what we've been saying on Off the Script and every time we talk about these horrific promos that we see on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. If you go out there and you sound the way Ronda Rousey did tonight, I think the entire roster would benefit from being less scripted. And what I mean by that is look at the opening to this show. You know, WWE did the same exact thing last year. They think I forgot. The Money in the Bank ladder match last year did the same thing on the go-home show for the pay-per-view. They have everybody sitting around on ladders and they're talking to each other as if they're in the fucking hallways of Bayside High, waiting for the fucking bell to ring so that they can go into Mr. Tuttle's class. It's fucking stupid. Everybody sounded like a bickering high school clown in that opening segment of Monday Night Raw. The only one who sounded genuine was Kevin Owens. He sounds like the only genuine one, whether he's scripted or not. If he's scripted, good on him. He makes himself sound legit and genuine, being scripted by WWE creative assholes. But everybody else sounded so fucking formulaic, so scripted, so forced, so unnatural. Did Natty even get a word in? Did Ember Moon even get a word in? I don't fucking know. I was too busy watching The Last of Us trailer. The promos on Raw and SmackDown need to be exactly Ronda Rousey-esque like they were tonight. And she got in Nia Jax's face. She got up. She took her jacket off. You know, it was Ronda ready for a fight. And whatever they did tonight, I don't know why they did what they did tonight. She got Ronda, she got Ronda in a hold where she tried to get out of the armbar, did Nia Jax. Ronda had the armbar applied. Nia was trying to block it. And Ronda ended up tapping out Nia Jax regardless. Why are you giving me that ending tonight on Monday Night Raw? Wasn't that the whole basis of the fucking match? Wasn't that the whole foundation of this feud? Oh, you know, your armbar isn't going to work against me. Nia Jax was out there 2 weeks ago showing me examples of her getting out of an armbar. She let some fucking jobber get an armbar on her, and then she powerbombed her into oblivion. That's what's going to happen to Ronda Rousey at Money in the Bank. Then WWE decides to give us away, or give away the ending tonight on Monday Night Raw? Making Nia tap out? So what's the fucking purpose of the match? Why would I be interested in the match anymore? Whatever interest I had went right out the fucking window tonight. They did the same thing with Rousey and Stephanie McMahon before WrestleMania. The whole foundation of the match was Ronda getting her hands on Stephanie McMahon. Then 2 weeks before WrestleMania, they got Ronda suplexing Stephanie McMahon. What's the fucking point of the match? It's the only reason why I'm watching. So fucking stupid. Absolutely brain dead is creative. Then they hype up Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns. Like, we want to see that fucking match twice in 1 week. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. Ronda looked great. Don't really understand the fucking segment that they did with the armbar, but it's WWE. I expect nothing less. Nia, I don't know what you got to do with Nia, man. Nia sounds way too forced on commentary and on the microphone. She does not sound genuine at all. And if that is her version of being a bitch, then I don't want to see it. I think Nia genuinely sounds better when she's a fucking nasty bitch. Because I look at Nia and I see nasty bitch written all over her, man. Whatever role they got Nia Jax playing right now, I am not interested in it whatsoever. I think they let Nia Jax down. This title reign is a waste of fucking time. It's a failed experiment. They completely made her look like a buffoon at Backlash, cutting that promo after beating Alexa Bliss. They had her look like a buffoon on Monday Night Raw during the build for this Ronda Rousey match. 1 week she's face, 1 week she's heel, back and forth. Just call her Nia Big Show Jax. She had more turns in this fucking one feud for this Ronda Rousey match than Big Show had, I guess, the last full year he wrestled. Nia needs to be a calculating, nasty bitch. And she has been given no favors from WWE Creative. Like I said, this title reign is a failure. Get the title off of her. Put it on Natty. Give me a cash in on Sunday after Money in the Bank. And just let's get this experiment over with. She needs to go back to the drawing board. You need to make her heel. Because right now, coming out smiling and having the title being paraded around on Total Divas, this is not what we expect. It's not what we want. Both Total Divas and Total Bellas are failing in ratings, all right? There's nothing more to do with that show. This is not a revolution. A revolution would be putting the title on someone that could actually fucking wrestle. Sasha Banks, Bayley, Ruby Riot, Natalya. Ember Moon. This is what I want to see. How could you watch that fatal four-way match tonight with the women and see Sasha Banks and Ember Moon go at it in that fatal four-way and then look at Nia Jax being the women's champion? Which match would you want? Nia versus anybody else or Sasha versus Ember for the women's championship? We need to get that title on someone legit, and we need to start getting fucking legit women's matches that are going to elevate the fucking championship through hard work in that ring. Because whatever the fuck they're doing right now ain't working. It's bullshit. And Ruby Riot's really making a fucking case to being one of the best females on Monday Night Raw. We'll talk about that in a second too, but I'm not with this Ronda and Nia Jax feud at all. Even though Ronda looked great tonight, I just don't give a single fuck about what happens at Money in the Bank. And if they don't do a cash-in and that title is not on Natalya, after what they've been doing with her, building her up, having her come from behind, and then having that title on Natalya and having Ronda Rousey go into SummerSlam against Natalya, that's where the storyline is, because you've already pretty much put that out there on WWE television. Literally, nothing else makes sense. I would love if Sasha or Ember Moon got the briefcase, but they don't really have anything going for them. I think Ronda is going to be the champion going into WrestleMania, and they're going to put that title on Ronda, and they're going to exploit Ronda every which way that they can for the rest of the year. Because WWE has signed a new deal with Fox. WWE has signed a new deal with NBC Universal. They want all the major players in place for when these deals go into effect. So Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, and everybody else like that are going to be at the forefront of WWE, especially with the PR. That's the way it's going to be. So if they're not building Natty and Ronda, then it makes no point. There's nothing there for anybody else. Alexa has seen her day. Nia's terrible. I love Sasha and Ember, but they're not really in anything important right now. I would love if WWE picked up Sasha and Bayley for their feud. Ember Moon has been great. Ruby Riot's been fantastic. But nothing else, like I said, makes sense outside of Natty and Ronda Rousey. Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns, man. WWE did a nice job at hyping this match, pretending like everybody wants to see it on Monday Night Raw. They got everybody fucking, clutching their chests and reaching for their pillows, sucking down on that NyQuil early so that they could be put to sleep before these guys even make their entrance. Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal, they really didn't have a match. It was Jinder Mahal threatening to get the Great Khali. And my God, man, can you imagine on Monday Night Raw? Can you imagine on Monday Night Raw if Jinder Mahal really brought out the Great Khali to wrestle Roman Reigns? Jesus Christ. That means we would have Roman Reigns, Jinder Mahal, and the Great Khali all in one ring, all in one segment on Monday Night Raw. I honestly think I would have jumped in traffic if I seen the side of that. But Jinder and Roman didn't go one-on-one, thank Christ, because I don't think my heart could take those two fighting in a WWE ring twice in 1 week. So, of course, Jinder, just like always, rinse and repeat with Jinder. His opponent was Roman, Sunil Singh. Superman punch, spear, he beat Sunil Singh. And that was that. They teased the match, and nothing ever happened. Roman, before the match, bragging about how he's the uncrowned champion and how, he deserves the Universal Championship, blah, 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 blah. All the same shit. What else happened on this show, man? The women's Fatal 4-Way was really good. Outside of the 5 commercial breaks, from what we've seen on television, it was really good. There was one moment where they literally went to commercial, came back to the match. We see Alexa Bliss do a, twisted bliss off the top rope, and then they immediately go right back to commercial. It was literally 30 seconds, and they went right back to commercial. And then they want to know why people are tuning in to the Sony press conference at E3. They had 300,000 fucking people watching that shit on YouTube. Well, I guess WWE knew that, or they didn't care. I don't know. But the women's match was really good. I like to see physicality. in that type of atmosphere, but it really does nothing as far as a competitive aspect goes. 1 week out of 6, showing some competitive nature between the participants on your brand for Money in the Bank is not going to get me excited for the match. This should have been a common theme going on throughout this entire 6-week build. You had 6 weeks to get me invested in what these women wanted to tell leading up to tonight, and you failed to do that. Same thing with the men. The men's Fatal 4-Way was really good. It was very competitive. But, I just genuinely don't care about any of those guys on Raw in the men's Money in the Bank match. I care more about the SmackDown guys, to be perfectly honest with you. I care about Joe. I care about The Miz. I care about those guys. I don't care about anybody on Monday Night Raw right now. Balor with his baby oil and peanut butter. Bobby Roode is fucking terrible. He comes out to the sound of crickets. We got Braun Strowman, who is the neglected monster, the real number 1 contender, but WWE won't acknowledge it. And then Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens. He's great at what he does, but he's got no fucking momentum. Why am I going to care about these guys, no matter how good of a match they put on? What difference does it make? Bayley and Ruby Riot put on a good match tonight. They put on a good match tonight. Why aren't we seeing that type of match for a championship? How could you look at that and then look at Nia Jax, who hasn't even defended the fucking title coming out of Backlash? Why do you have these women go in there and fucking give you competitive matches, and then you got Nia Jax standing there with the championship looking like a dumbass? It pisses me off. Why would I care about Nia Jax after seeing Ruby Riott and Bayley? The one thing on my mind is, why aren't these women competing for the Women's Championship? Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley, man. I don't know what the fuck WWE is trying to do here. I really don't understand it. This feud was dead from the get-go. This feud was dead before Bobby Lashley's sisters. And then WWE, each and every week, the thing on their creative sheet was, how do we make this feud worse? It was bad with the sisters. It was pathetic with the sisters. It became completely nauseating with Sami Zayn throwing around his Instagram account and making fun of Bobby Lashley's Instagram account and saying that he was, not really serving in the army or the military or the Navy, wherever he was fucking serving, calling him a liar. And then all of a sudden we get a fucking obstacle course. Am I watching Monday Night Raw or am I watching American Ninja Warrior? What the fuck are you trying to do to me? What, was this the first episode of the original NXT? Remember that? I know you don't want to, but that's the first thing that I fucking thought of. Running obstacle courses on Monday Night Raw. What sense did this make? What sense did this make? They have Bobby Lashley run through a fucking obstacle course, and he's smiling along the way. At no point did he say, fuck you, Sami Zayn, I'm not gonna do your obstacle course. Smiles and does the whole fucking thing in like 45 seconds. And then after the fucking obstacle course, Sami Zayn was supposed to run it, but instead he attacks Bobby Lashley on the outside, and he gives him a haluva kick. And throws him into the fucking, the obstacle course. Some wooden panel that was fucking standing upright. For what? This was the biggest waste of television time I think I have ever seen. It did absolutely nothing. Instead, here's a fucking brain teaser for you. I don't know how WWE can go about themselves and look themselves in the mirror and say, yeah, we did a good job tonight. They went the longest fucking way to get a sneak attack from Sami Zayn on Bobby Lashley. Here's a thought. Why not put Bobby Lashley in there against, I don't know, Curt Hawkins? You got fucking Curt Hawkins on a 200-match losing streak. Put him in there with Bobby Lashley. At least Lashley would have a match to showcase his skill. I don't know what this guy's capable of in a WWE ring. All he's done was team with Braun Strowman. And anything that I've already seen was nothing impressive. And I've seen him all automatically try and kill Big Cass and Kevin Owens with that fucking vertical suplex. Put him in a match. After the match, have Sami Zayn sneak attack him from behind, then give him a haluva kick in the corner. You're going to have him waste all that television time to run an obstacle course and then do the sneak attack on him? I really don't get it. And then people want to say, oh, WWE's making $1 billion. It's all about entertainment. That wasn't entertaining. I didn't laugh. I certainly didn't fucking cry. And I wasn't entertained. I maybe cried because I'm fucking sad for the sad state of this show, but I wasn't entertained. How can anyone find any redeeming value in this shit? Complete waste of time. And then somewhere, someone in WWE thinks that Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley is a pay-per-view quality match. Pay-per-view quality match. For those who've watched Dominion, what was the worst match on the show? Compare it to Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Would Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn be on Dominion's card? Probably not. The tag team division on Monday Night Raw, again, worthless. Absolutely fucking worthless. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre come out and they destroy Breezango. After the match, Drew McIntyre cuts a promo saying that they're going to run through every tag team on Monday Night Raw. This is Exhibit A, he says, pointing down to Fandango, and Exhibit B, pointing down to Tyler Breeze. This is what we're going to do to the entire division of Monday Night Raw. It's like Drew McIntyre was pretty much speaking to me through fucking telekinesis or telepathy. He's pretty much telling you that Monday Night Raw's tag teams are fucking worthless and that they're going to run through everybody with ease. He just should have come out and said, yeah, the tag team division is fucking terrible. Let's run through them right now. What WWE needs to do is take the belts off of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt because they are a dead team. I have not seen a team with so much fucking promise die so quickly. Nobody gives a fuck about Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I certainly don't give a fuck about Bray Wyatt. I love Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy still makes me smile and laugh. Doing his fucking obsolete mule, you ants. I love his thing. I love his thing. I love his gimmick. But Bray Wyatt, I feel like Bray Wyatt's holding Matt Hardy back. They're dead. And then everybody's like, oh, JD, aren't you excited to see Bo and Bray go at it? I don't give a fuck. Who gives a shit? You got the fucking B team being pushed over teams like the Revival and AOP. You're okay with that? And then WWE rushed through the B team to get them this title match in fucking in the blink of an eye. There's no build. They built them up from being nobodies to number one contenders in 3 weeks. How am I supposed to be excited about that? Instead of giving us a nice story and them getting wins and come from behind wins and shocking wins in Cinderella-like fashion. Maybe beat Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler and enhance the storyline. No, they win a battle royal that was sloppily put together, and it was embarrassing to watch. And they're named number one contenders. I don't understand the logic of the show. It's like they don't care. It's like they don't reread the script. It's like typing a fucking paper and it's filled with typos. And then you give it to your professor and he's looking at you like, what the fuck is going on here? I told you to type me out a 500-word essay, and this is what I get. Sloppily written, run-on sentences, typos. It's like Vince McMahon's the professor, you don't even fucking care. Okay, A. But, professor, you didn't read my paper. A. Next! Yo, Bailey, shake your ass for me. That's what they do in the creative meetings. Ridiculous. This show is downright fucking embarrassing, man. I can't stand this show. I really can't stand this show. It insults my intelligence. And I gotta sit here and fucking bitch and moan and complain about it every single week. There are redeeming qualities to the show. But out of 16 fucking segments, when you look at 2 or 3 redeeming qualities of this show that does not make it a good show. And then I see people on social media giving it a fucking 8 out of 10. Did you get 8 fucking slaps to the face from your mother tonight because you didn't do your chores? Or are you really thinking Raw is an 8 out of 10? Which one is it? Because it certainly ain't the fucking latter. 8 out of fucking 10. My God. When a really good Monday Night Raw actually happens, what the fuck are you going to rate it? 8 out of 10. Bullshit. I even did a fucking poll on Twitter. I even did a poll on Twitter, man, about Monday Night Raw. What did you think of Monday Night Raw? What did you think of the go-home show? Hashtag Raw before Money in the Bank. 735 votes as of 45 minutes ago. 86% thumbs down and 14% thumbs up. Those are the real people you listen to. By the end of the fucking night, that shit's gonna be at least 2,000 fucking views, 2,000 people voting in the poll, and then you're gonna get a real determination of Monday Night Raw. This show sucks. This show fucking sucks. If you're going to Money in the Bank, I would urge you to sell your tickets right now. The show is awful. The show is awful. Everything that WWE has given you up until this point, why would you want to sit there at Money in the Bank? Why would you support this company? By going to a live show. If you're going to Money in the Bank over NXT TakeOver, you may be the biggest fucking idiot that I have ever fucking seen. Seriously, I'd go to TakeOver and then I'd go home. Done. Would not even bother with Money in the Bank. And you think Extreme Rules is going to get better? You think Extreme Rules is going to be even better? That build is going to be fucking equally as worse, if not worse, than what we got during Money in the Bank. And I'm going to be in Pittsburgh. The highlight of my fucking weekend is going to be getting drunk off of Guinness the entire weekend while I'm hanging out with you guys. Money in the Bank, Extreme Rules. Get the fuck out of here, man. Extreme Rules. Ridiculous. What, so we get to see Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns in a fucking cane on a pole match? Or a turban on a pole match? I hope Roman Reigns is blinded by the fucking turban and falls off the top rope. Fucking asshole. Ridiculous. How am I supposed to be excited about this shit? And then we got SummerSlam. You think SummerSlam's gonna be better? SummerSlam last year was fucking terrible. I had people yelling at me saying, oh, you didn't go to the show. It's much different live. I don't need to go to it live. Nor would I. See it live. What? So I give them $500 of my fucking hard-earned money to go sit there and watch a fucking terrible show when I could watch it for $9.99 at home? Little Rock, Arkansas. What does that mean to you? 100% casual. The opening of the show was pretty much everybody from the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder match sitting in the ring. You have 8 competitors, 4 women, 4 men, sitting in the ring, on the ladder, bickering like they're in Mr. Belding's office, not wanting to go to detention. This was pitiful television. I don't know how anybody watched this segment and was excited about Money in the Bank. If you were excited about Money in the Bank after watching that segment, you are a simpleton. Anything on this earth would please you. Anything. This was terrible. You don't believe me? Let's listen to how terrible this really was.
As the constable of Monday Night Raw, I represent the commissioner, Stephanie McMahon. And I am here to ensure that Raw runs smoothly.
Well, as the general manager of Monday Night Raw, nothing would make me happier than to those 2 contracts coming back to Raw.
And if those 2 contracts don't come back to Raw, Stephanie will be deeply disappointed. And we don't want to disappoint Stephanie, do we?
Even though I'm still hurting from my injury last week, you know, I will fight through the pain, grab that contract, and make Stephanie proud.
Alexa. What exactly hurts on you, sweetheart?
My shoulder?
Your shoulder? I mean, last week you were, limping out on your leg, walking away like you always do.
You know what? I could be hurting in more places at once, okay?
Alexa, it doesn't matter. Because after this Sunday, you're going to be real sore.
Oh, please, Ember. I'm winning this Sunday, sweetheart.
No. I'm going to win that money.
Please, no. I'm the boss around here. Yes.
Hold up. Natalya, I know you've been cleared by our medical staff to compete after your injury.
Oh, they did speak
last week. But are you sure you're ready for this ladder match?
Curt, yes, I am. I am ready. I am ready to grab that contract and secure a championship match against the soon-to-be Raw Women's Champion, my friend, Ronda Rousey.
Ronda,
God, so fucking cringe. I want to fucking take my ears off and throw them at the fucking wall, feed them to the cats.
Can we talk about something actually important? Braun Strowman is so much taller than all of us. Are you going to raise the briefcase when he climbs the ladder?
Oh, what, do you want the briefcases lowered down to you, Kevin?
Yeah, you know what, Bobby Roode? I think that's a great idea.
Okay,
So he sounds like the only organic one, Owens.
Briefcase will be the same height for everyone.
That is blatant favoritism. Blatant, it's disgusting. Hey, Constable Corbin, first of all, let me say, I love the new haircut. And second of all, you have to do something about this.
What a fucking kiss ass.
Have to.
Let's cut the constable out of this. And how about I do something about you?
No, see, Constable, how am I supposed to make Stephanie McMahon proud when I'm constantly being threatened?
That's not a threat. It's a promise.
It's a promise, is it? Well, you know what? It sounded like a threat, okay? What?
Take it how you take it, Kevin. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut you up. I'm gonna climb to the top of the ladder, take that contract, and I'm cashing in on Brock Lesnar. No.
Not gonna happen.
I'm gonna get the contract. I'm gonna cash in on
Fucking
Y'all need
awful.
to calm down. Y'all are sounding like the Real Housewives of WWE, all right? Besides, I already know who's gonna win.
Did Finn Balor even speak here?
My mixed match challenge partner, Braun Strowman.
You're real cute, Alexa. Actually, I have a prediction myself. I think my mixed match challenge partner, Finn Balor, is going to win. What do you think about that, Brock?
Oh, well, thank you, Sasha. You know, if I was to pick one of the women to win the contract,
Yeah, Mr. Peanut Butter over here.
Come on, this is pathetic.
No one cares who you think's gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna cash
Enough! This Sunday, somebody is gonna get these hands!
God, so bad. How does that get you excited for Money in the Bank? How? Pathetic television, man. I said it on Twitter. Just pathetic television. If you got excited for the pay-per-view this Sunday based off that 4 minutes, you're a fucking simpleton, man. Anyway, we go to a fatal four-way. And Alexa Bliss comes out as JoJo is doing introductions. They were already in the ring. Ember, Sasha, and Natalya with Alexa were all in the ring. You just heard. So Alexa went to the back to have JoJo do her introduction. For what? For what? I don't understand that at all. That's either sheer fucking stupidity on WWE or that is blatant favoritism. Because that did not need to happen at all when all of them were in the ring. What the fuck did she go to the back for? What did she go to the back for when she was already in the ring and they already said that the women were going to be the first match on the show? I don't think WWE even has the answer to that. Anyway, Natalya wins this year, this fatal four-way, and the story of this match was, Natalya's knee. Is Natalya's knee going to hold up? They're really milking this Natalya's knee storyline. Sasha and Ember had a great back and forth. I would love to see them go at it for the Raw Women's Championship sooner rather than later. Ember Moon has the best suicide dive, especially for the women, out of everybody on Monday Night Raw. She does it. She's like a fucking cannon shot. She does it so hard. She almost put Sasha through the fucking barricade. But Natalya wins here. Banks and Bliss, they tangle up with each other. Banks gets tossed into the ring post, causing her to fall to the floor. Natalya takes advantage from behind, gets the sharpshooter on Bliss in the middle of the ring. Bliss taps out for the finish. Natalya wins here. Now, I'm wondering if this match is going to go to Alexa Bliss on Sunday. I would hope not. Natalya won this match tonight with the knee. Or are they really, really, really milking this storyline with Natalya? She wins tonight, and WWE is trying to throw you off on Sunday because normally it's Wrestling 101. When you see someone like this win on the go-home show, especially against 3 other women that you're competing against on Sunday, more than likely that means you're not going to win on Sunday. Or is Natalya going to win here and she's going to win on Sunday? I would hope that's the case because, like I said, it's the only thing that makes sense. But it's definitely making things a little bit more unpredictable that the fact that Natalya won this match here on Monday Night Raw. We get Breezango versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. This one ended very quickly. After the match, Breezango was laying on the floor, and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Remember what I told you about with Drew McIntyre? I'm going to play the promo right here. This is what he had to say. Actually, let me fast forward it here.
He's caught. Last week, there was a tag team battle royal, and that was nothing more than a fluke. We've put it behind us. I put it behind us. Get over with it. Deal with it.
Man, McIntyre looks like a fucking beast.
Presenting Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
Some of you had the guts to question this in-ring ability, to question this alliance. Bad move. Unlike everyone else in the back, this isn't just hype. So every tag team on Raw in the back, watching and drooling. Titus Worldwide, the B team, the deleters of worlds. Take a good look, because the show starts and ends right here in this. This is your future.
We can assure you, everybody's future lies in our hands because we're not just here to take over the Raw Tag Team division. We are here to literally save this bloody division by taking every other team out.
Drew McIntyre's pretty much telling you that the division sucks without actually saying the division sucks. They're here to save the division. They're here to take every other team out. That's the interpretation that I got from his promo. He pretty much said the division is terrible without actually saying the division is terrible. I love it. This guy needs to be world champion by the end of the year. I'm sorry. So Ziggler and McIntyre defeat Breezango with the Claymore and Zigzag combination. Roman Reigns backstage with Charlie Caruso asking about Jinder Mahal. Reigns says that this isn't Money in the Bank. The only reason why he isn't in Money in the Bank is because of Jinder. Reigns says he won't have the chance to cash in on Brock Lesnar and take back what is rightfully his. They always got to throw that in there, even though Roman doesn't have a real integral part in the show. They always got to throw that in there. Reigns says Jinder has everything coming to him tonight. He's earned this ass whooping. Reigns goes on and says it's time to have fun with Jinder now. And the match never even was because it was Sunil Singh. You know, rinse and repeat with Mahal's character. Cowardly to fight. Everybody thinks he's a great heel because he's running away. He's doing his job. But we've seen this every single week with him as world champion. And now we're seeing it on Monday Night Raw. And you expect me to fucking believe in this shit and be interested and invested in this shit? I hope if you are in Chicago, if you're listening to me, I want you to fucking tear these two a new asshole. If there was ever a CM Punk chant that was rang out in any arena, it needs to be as loud as it's ever been during this match. This match needs to go down in fucking flames on Sunday night. Send that message to Vince and do it with fucking pride, please. Roman Reigns wins here with a fucking Superman punch and a spear on Sunil Singh. Who gives a shit? The B team versus Rhino and Heath Slater. We get the B team winning here. After the match, the B team begins a crazy celebration, and then we get Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. They appear on the big screen. They give the B team props like they only can, and Wyatt says, we're here. He's here for JoJo's fat ass, man. They suddenly appear on the stage after they were just on the Titantron. B team is in the ring looking on, and just mass confusion. And Wyatt mentions how they're surrounded by fireflies and they're being watched. Wyatt is also surrounded by JoJo's fat ass, man. And they both go on and on and on, and Hardy says that when this is done, they will eat and delete the B team, and then they pose with the B team looking on. I don't care. Both of these teams are uninteresting to me. You had me for a little bit with the B team, but you rushed through it, and now I just don't give a shit. Wyatt and Wyatt and Matt Hardy, rather, I don't care. I don't care. I don't think there's a deader team as tag team champions anywhere right now. Compared to the team of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I don't care. Elias versus Seth Rollins. I don't know why I didn't talk about this in the, build up to the results. I don't know why I didn't talk about this earlier on, but it really wasn't anything all that special, to be honest with you. If it was a little bit more memorable, I would have talked about it. The only good thing here today with this feud is that Elias finally got through a fucking song without being interrupted. And if Elias wins the Intercontinental title on Sunday, which I doubt he will, I think Rollins retains, he will have a Billboard #1 smash hit. Elias is in the ring. He does his usual shtick. He makes fun of Arkansas. He makes fun of Elias. Seth Rollins, rather, does Elias. And he presents a guitar that was given to him, custom made by John Mayer. Now, this guitar was, a full wooden body. The color of the guitar was wood. It wasn't as dark as Elias's main guitar that he uses. And it had Elias spray painted on it in red and in black. And then it had a spray painted visual of the Intercontinental Championship going up the front of the body of the guitar. It looked very old school. It looked like something that would be on Ravishing Rick Rude's trunks is what I first thought of. So Rollins comes down and Rollins interrupts, and Rollins says, you know where to find me. I'm in the same place every single week, right here in the middle of the ring. So they brawl, and Seth Rollins throws Elias over the top rope. And I swear to God, I had visuals of Elias being out for 4 years like Shawn Michaels did, or like Shawn Michaels was, during that casket match with The Undertaker. Many Royal Rumbles ago. Elias was thrown over the top rope, and the small of his back hit the ring apron, and I just seen him. Every time they panned over to Elias, he was holding his back. That looked fucking not only frightening, but nasty. And I hope Elias is okay after that. I don't know why they have to do such fucking careless acts. That was completely unnecessary. So after the fact, Elias is begging with Seth Rollins not to break this John Mayer guitar. So the crowd is chanting, burn it down. Rollins bounces off the ropes and does the blackout curb stomp to the guitar, breaks the John Mayer guitar in the middle of the ring. And Elias isn't happy. So we got 3 weeks of build. It's probably the match that I'm looking forward to most outside of Nakamura and Styles on Money in the Bank Sunday. Bayley versus Ruby Riot. This was a very good match. If Ruby Riot isn't the women's champion by the end of the year, I would be very disappointed, but I don't see that in her future with Ronda Rousey being on the same brand. But Ruby Riot wins here with a Riot kick. We got a distraction as always. Bayley went for a roll-up. Riot rolls Bayley up for 2. They switch back and forth on roll-ups. Ruby takes advantage of a distraction because Liv Morgan gets on the apron. And then KFC Sarah Logan gets on the other side of the apron. Bayley tries to rush at Sarah Logan. Distraction worked. She eats a Riot kick, and that was it. Ruby Riot pins her for the victory, but this was a very good women's match, man. The women actually had the best matches on the show, in my honest opinion. Outside the main event, of course. But Ruby Riot gets a win here. and she is victorious on Monday Night Raw. Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax, we already talked about that. I don't want to go into that again in detail. We talked about how Ronda looked very good tonight on Monday Night Raw. I just don't care about the match with Nia Jax. No Way Jose versus Curt Hawkins. Apparently ESPN is doing an article on Hawkins about how someone can stay so positive with a 200-match losing streak. This is what ESPN is covering nowadays. And then you want to know why nobody's watching ESPN. No Way Jose versus Curt Hawkins. No Way Jose was supposed to fight Curt Hawkins. Everybody expected him to come out. Everybody expected him to come out through the curtain, walk down the stage. One night, this guy gets a legit fucking entrance with his theme music on the PA system. He doesn't make his entrance. He'd rather sneak attack No Way Jose because he was trying to sneak attack him disguised as one of No Way Jose's conga dancers. So he took off the costume, tried to get the advantage on No Way Jose. It didn't work. He was met with a right hand, that baseball wind-up fist that No Way Jose does, and that was it. No Way Jose wins a nothing match on Monday Night Raw. And I have ads playing on my fucking computer, and I don't know where from. Thank you, Windows. Thank you for the little minor interruption. We get the obstacle course with Lashley and Sami Zayn. Completely pathetic. A complete waste of time. And then a fatal four-way. Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Roode. This was a pretty good match. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty entertaining. I think the big part of the match was when they all teamed up on Braun Strowman. Kevin Owens tried to get them on the same page throughout the show. Nobody wanted to listen. So they all got on the same page, finally, during the match. Braun Strowman was laid out on the commentary table. Bobby Roode and Finn Balor holding the ladder in place for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens climbs up to the ladder, does a bullfrog splash on Braun Strowman through the announce table, takes both of them out. The majority of the match was Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. At the end of this thing, we had literally everybody do their finishing move on Braun Strowman. You had the coup de grace delivered to Braun Strowman. You had the glorious DDT delivered to Braun Strowman. And then Braun Strowman kicked out of everything. So it looked like Braun Strowman was going to be pinned, but I knew WWE wasn't going to pin Braun Strowman there. So Owens breaks up the glorious DDT. Roode gets sent out of the ring by Owens. Owens goes to the top and nails his bullfrog splash. So we had 3 signature moves done to Braun Strowman, and he kicked out of everything. Nobody could believe it. Owens brings a ladder into the ring now and rams Braun Strowman in the ribs with it. Braun stands there and faces Owens. He takes the ladder and catches the third attempt of the ladder shot from Kevin Owens. Braun grabs Owens by the throat, chokeslams him, and Braun with a power slam on top of the ladder. And I think he missed half of Kevin Owens' body. The small of Kevin Owens' back went into the edge of the ladder, which looked nasty in itself. I don't think they should be taking these type of shots before Money in the Bank because, Money in the Bank is going to be a chaotic mess with 8 fucking men and Braun Strowman in the ladder match. But he got a running power slam on top of the ladder and he pins Kevin Owens in the main event on Monday Night Raw. After the match, Braun Strowman stands tall, looks up at the briefcase, and that's the way Monday Night Raw goes off the air. That was it. Nothing special about this show. It had its ups, a very few ups, majority downs. I don't know how anybody is excited about Money in the Bank after this go-home show. I can only hope SmackDown Live does better. They already announced the main event for tomorrow night. It's Daniel Bryan versus Shelton Benjamin. So we should have a pretty decent main event tomorrow night on SmackDown Live. And then, as always, NXT. And NXT's go-home shows usually consist of video packages, but anything they do is better than what SmackDown and Raw are doing anyway. But we will hear from Aleister Black on Wednesday as well, between that and Gargano and then Velveteen Dream and Ricochet. I mean, who isn't going to be excited for TakeOver on Saturday nights? Lots to come this week. It's going to be a busy week. If you guys missed my earlier upload, man, I do have a video. This is in it, but that's it. Mella to become a little bit more worthless. So please go and check that out live on the channel right now, Off the Script Extra. This is going to be talked about in the weeks to come, man. I'm still working on details for my Extreme Rules July 15th meetup in Pittsburgh. I didn't forget about it. It's still happening. We're just planning out the final details, and then we're going to unleash it to you guys on social media, and we're going to give you all the information you need to come on out to Pittsburgh and party with me before Extreme Rules. Big meetup with Wrestle Rumble as well. And then you guys know the deal, man. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and hit that subscribe button down below. We just hit 93,000 subscribers. We are officially 7,000 away from 100,000. Thank you guys so very much, man. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow with something during the day. Maybe a live stream of Black Ops 3 or God of War. I haven't decided yet. Or maybe if there's news big enough, I'll give you another off-the-script extra. And then I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow night for SmackDown Live. Enjoy your Tuesdays, and I'll see you tonight for SmackDown Live. I'll talk to you later.